test. Quick set. Rebels block it. Stuffed by McKenna Stacy.
Rebel volleyball is on.
Rebels get a good pass. Set left side. Peart hits cross court. It's in there. It was deflected out of bounds, and the Rebels win 15-5.
After another appearance in the state title match last season, Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebs hit the court again this year with title hopes and championship goals.
Hatch hits it
and ready to roll. The Rebels take the court with their eyes on the prize.
Rebels had 6 service aces in the first set.
Turn up the volume, Rebel fans, and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, by Jensen Wood Motors in Montpelier, Idaho, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha and Logan, MyLocalRadio.com, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Signs, and by Plains Tire.
It's cross court, it's in there, and the Rebels win 25-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard.
And now, Rebel volleyball fans, hang up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to roll as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Good morning, Rebel fans, and welcome back to Cokeville, Day 2 of the Cokeville tournament. And the Rebels yesterday 0-3 against their 3 opponents. And we'll be back with your Town of Randolph pregame show when we return on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the four-way stop in Garden City.
Back on the Town of Randolph pregame show, and it's an exciting match for you this morning. Both these teams come in at 0-3 after losing yesterday. The Rebels against Evanston, Mountain View, and Preston. And Bear Lake lost against Campbell County 3-0. They got swept by Star Valley and swept by Lyman. Lyman and Mountain View, both in the silver bracket. They were top seeds from their brackets and looking very good so far this weekend. Evanston swept by Mountain View yesterday, but little update there. Let me didn't quite get this information updated on my stream, but if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, we'll get that Evanston Red Devils graphic updated to a Bear Lake Bears here in a moment. In the meantime, let's just move through our pregame show, brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston and board members Simbel, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. We don't have a lot of time. JV won against the JV's been very solid this weekend. They beat Evanston, they beat Preston, and they beat Bear Lake today, 19-14 and 19-6 was the final against the Bears just a few minutes ago in that JV match. So JV looking good, and one thing that I'll talk about with Coach Cindy Stewart is just that there's not a lot of separation between varsity and JV, and who should be playing those positions or who should be on those teams for the Rebels, as Coach Stewart tries to figure that out this season with a young roster and inexperienced players on varsity. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back to talk with Coach Cindy Stewart on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. We're on the pregame show brought to you by the Town of Randolph.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Ryan Steineckert with Cindy Stewart of the Rich Rebel volleyball team. And Coach, yesterday at 0-3 day, you beat Preston one set last night. How are you feeling about the way you started?
Well, we knew it was going to be a tough go. We have young girls and we have no experience, and we have one senior. So we knew it's going to be a growing year, a building year. And so we started passing better when we got the one from Preston yesterday. So we have to serve and receive. You know me.
It's a serve and receive game.
Simple game.
Has that been the biggest issue?
Yeah, we didn't pass well. Finally, Sage and McKenzie and Amaya passed pretty good. And then in the last game, Stacy picked it up. So we have no attack. Really got an attack yet. Amaya swinging good. But we have lots of room to improve.
Is there one or two things that you know, if you get that good pass and that good set, one or two things, little things that Amaya and others can do to hit better, and get fewer hitting errors? Yeah, that's the thing. We had more hitting errors than we had kills yesterday. So, and we can't get an opportunity to respond if we're not passing, or we're passing setting bad balls. So, we're just going to take it one game at a time this season. And we knew it was going to be a rough season because we have a really tough schedule. And so we're just going to take it one time and hope it prepares us for the state tournament and 1A state tournament. You told me earlier this week that it was tough to figure out kind of nobody was separating themselves from others, and we've seen the JV have success. They've been winning their matches, the varsity not, and is that just because of that there's no real separation of JV to varsity? There really isn't. Yesterday early we played sophomores because it's a JV, and then we decided against Preston last night we started the juniors against as JV. They really are equally. They've all got their strengths and their physical abilities about the same, and there's no standout. And so they're scrambling as hard as we are trying to find somebody. They're all trying to find a spot. So. Is that challenging for you to try to figure out who you're going to put out there each match? Oh yeah, we don't even know. Usually you have at least one dominant player, and we're pretty even. And yeah, it's been real hard to find and it'll be a work in progress all season to find 6 that can complement each other. You see some that are better at serving, but then maybe they don't move quite as quickly. So on the back line, the defense isn't as good, and vice, other things like that. Yeah, what do you give up? You go put a good server in, they can't play any defense on the back row, or they can't pass, or they can pass, and so yeah, they're just going to have to quilt this team together in pieces. That's a good thing about this tournament, though. You get a lot of matches, a lot of sets in, and you get to learn some of this stuff. Oh, yeah, it's a good one. I don't love the JV format where we just get 2 games to 19. That's kind of at least 2 to 25 or something, But it definitely getting a lot of touches, so we'll see what we can come up with. You got Bear Lake this morning. Have you been able to watch them this weekend? Not at all. You'll see them again next week, but tell me. But they're in this bracket, so they must be down a little bit like us. So if this is the silver bracket, so we look forward to playing them because we get them again next week at their place, I think. Anything else we should touch on, Coach? No, thanks, but thank you for coming and covering us. Thank you for your time, Cindy Stewart. Good luck today. Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much, Coach. We're just a moment away from starting this match off. We've got the beginning serve brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Our pregame show has been brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board member Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Rebels will be in the blues, the Bears in the white and gray for the uniforms. And let's take a real quick look at the Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the mayor and town council of Laketown. Rich versus Bear Lake. They've played a lot of times. If you look back, there were a lot of matchups between 2006 through 2014, and Rich has won almost every single one of them, especially the last few years. The Rebels have swept the Bears both at this tournament, and they generally go home and away every other season with the Bears, either in Montpelier, which it is this year. In fact, that's I think that's the next match that Rich has on the schedule, Thursday, September 6th at Bear Lake, a match we'll have right here on KADQ. But the Rebels, in my record, and according to our Laketown Ledger, 17-1 against the Bears going back to 2006 season. The Bears won once in 2010, and that's it. That's your Laketown Ledger. And here's your station in Randolph beginning serve. Mackenzie Smith fires it across. Bears get a nice pass, set it up, hit to the back line. Smith passes high, second touch, and bumped over to Trenary, who bumps it over. Hit right back to Rich. Rebels set it up, and they're attacking toward us and left to right. Hatch gets the hit, and one of the Bears is in the net. Rebels lead 1-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, our beginning serve of each set presented by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Rebels' second serve goes long. That's one of the dangers of a real strong serve, which Mackenzie Smith has, is that she's got to be right on target. Rebels had a lot of service errors yesterday in the losses against Evanston and Preston. Serve to the back corner, and Rebels watch it go by. It's an ace in the corner. And Bear Lake leads 2-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Setting up to serve is the libero, number 25, Haley Humphreys. Rebels set it up, and Hatch pushes it across. It's bumped, passed up front, and bumped over. Sage, Tingy passes, it's set. Trenary hits past the block and right at the feet of Kalisha Parker. That was a nice angle by Amaya Trenary for the Bear Lake Realty kill. And Rich ties it up at 2. Teo Peterson drops back to serve. Passed up front, good pass, set in the middle and pushed across. A touch attack, back line, Smith digs. Rich sets it up in the middle. Wallenstein hits it through the block, but it's dug on the back line by Parker. Set up, hit, blocked by Ali Wallenstein, an Epic Recreation block of the game candidate. Ali blocked it right down to the floor. Wasn't a real strong block, but she did get some fingertips on it and pushed it back down to the ground, to the hardwood. Tough set, and the Rebels struggling a bit. It's blocked back to Rich, and they push it back over the top. Bumped and set high to the right side. A pancake dig. No, it was on the floor. Peterson couldn't quite get underneath it, and we're tied at 3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Shea Ramsey drops back to serve for the Bears. Long blonde ponytail. Bears attacking right to left and away from us on mylocalradio.com. Wallenstein's hit rolls off the fingertips over to the side, falls on the Rebels' side of the net, and the Bears earn the point. 4-3. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, the Bears are the designated guest in this set. Ramsey serves again. Trenary with a good pass up front. And Cornea sets for Trenary, who hits it hard, dug by Parker, out of bounds on the far wall. We're tied at 4, a Bear Lake Realty kill for Amaya. Amaya with her second Bear Lake Realty kill of the set. Cornea serves, passes up front, get a good pass, set up in the middle, hit hard, but into the net. Chelsea Gunderson got up a little bit too much on top of it, and the Rebels regain the lead 5-4. On the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Set 1 is presented by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Gunderson touches it to the sideline, probably would have dropped out or close to it. Taya Peterson, though, didn't want to take that chance. Dives, couldn't quite keep it in the air long enough for a teammate to play it, and we're tied at 5 on Gunderson's kill. Set up and passed over the middle, and a Bear was out of rotation. So Rich retakes the lead, 6-5 on an early season gaff. Amaya Trenary to serve. The sophomore delivers with the right hand. Strong serve. Good pass up front by the libero. Big cross-court hit by Parker is in. Rebels deflected it out of bounds. And we're tied at 6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Haley Humphreys checks out. Chelsea Gunderson around in the rotation to the back line for the service. Tied at 6 in the first set. Rainbow serve just clears the net. Cornea passes and Rebels bump it over. Pass up front. Right and high and outside. Parker tips it into the block, and Tingy can't quite figure out what to do with it. Drops to the Rebels side on the hardwood, and the Bears retake the lead 7-6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Gunderson delivers the serve. Again, just clears the net. Difficult pass. Rebels able to push it across on the attack. Set up in the middle. Roll attack from Hope Morales. The Rebels able to dig, set it up, push again by Stacy to get it over the net. Set up left side. Parker lifts it up and over the top. Rebels dig, set it up. Stacy smashes it down the line. It's dug right back to Rich. They'll set it up again for Stacy. Hit to the back line. Deflected by the block, set up in the middle, punched to the top of the net by Morales, and we're tied at 7 as the Bears couldn't quite get it to clear the nylon. First set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Looking for some, maybe a Crawford Trough ace here as Ali Wallenstein steps back to serve. It's a good one. It's a nice pass up front, though. Left side, high and outside for Parker, who smashes it between the block, threads the needle. And the Bears retake the lead 8-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We've been back and forth and pretty much tied most of this first set. Nobody's got a lead of more than 1 so far. Passed or served across by Ellie Sharp. Rebels dig it up, and Sage Tingy goes under the net trying to get that one. That pass was right at the net, and the Bears up by 2, 9-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Sharp set to serve again. Both these teams will play one more time. Rebels serve receive, not a good one. It's dug up under the net. 10-7, that's a tough serve by Ellie Sharp. It clears the net and dives down and just barely clears the net. Trineri with a good pass this time. Set up for Hatch, hit to the back line. Bumped up front by the libero Humphreys. Set up into the middle, blocked by the Rebel blockers and dug up, kept in the air. Stacy pushes down the line. Dug and set up high and outside. Parker hits, deflected by the block. Stacy digs. Cornea sets. McKenna hits hard. She's stuffed. Trineri able to dig it back up, but 4 hits. The hit was not blocked. It was into the net. 11-7 Bears have pushed out to a 4-point lead in this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Serve is long. Trineri plays it. I think that's a good idea. It was diving down. Probably would have hit the line. Rebels slap it across. Set up for Parker. Tipped over the block. Cornea digs. Tingy sets. And Stacy hits hard toward the back corner. Dug by Sharp. Set up and bumped over. Cornea digs. Tingy, a double hit. 2 hits on the set. 12-7 Bears on a 5-0 run. Sharp serves again. Good pass up front by Wallenstein. Back set. Tingy slaps it across. Dug on the back line by Humphreys. Back set from the Bears and pushed down into the corner. Rebels weren't there. 13-7 on the Stacy's repair score. Timeout. Coach Cindy Stewart, a 6-0 run from Bear Lake has them on top 13-7. T7 Propane in Woodruff. Timeout. We'll be right back on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is Rich County's representative. As a mother and grandmother of Rich High graduates and current students and a longtime resident of Randolph, Rolene is familiar with your needs and will work to provide you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a new car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Play hard and go Rebels.
Back at Cokeville in the set one, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Rich sets it up high and outside for Hatch, who gets it past the block, dug by Humphreys to the back wall. Rich gets the side out on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Sydney Hatch and stops the bleeding. A 6-0 run by the Bears comes to a close. Amaya Trineri. Well, nope, that's Sage Tingy with the service, and Humphreys' dig goes up and out. Service ace for Tingy. Rebels within 4, 13-9, trailing. Long serve to the back line. Parker, not a good pass. Bumped and slapped across from the back line. Trineri, nice pass up front. Cornea sets. Stacy hammers it into the block and it's deflected out of bounds. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy, and the Rebels are within 3, 13-10 in this Rolene Kennedy first set. Tingy serves again, pass off to the side, shanked off a bit, but kept alive. Push into the top of the net by Shea Ramsey, and the Rebels are within 2, 13-11. Sage Tingy to serve again. Bears looking for a good pass. They haven't had one yet since Sage started serving. Tingy serves to the back line. Good pass up front this time from Parker. Set up in the middle. Not a great set. Punch to the back corner. Rebels able to dig. It goes up over off the top of the net. Rolls down, and just a lucky bounce for the Rebels, who are within 1. 13-12 on the Stacy's repair scoreboard. Tingy to serve again. Rebels were the victim of a 6-0 run. Now the beneficiary of a 5-0 run. Not a great pass by Humphreys. Back set. Punched down the line. Diving dig by the Rebels' Amaya Trineri. Rich bumps it over. Passed up front by Humphreys. Set into the middle. Slapped. Tipped by the block. Able to dig is Wallenstein. Rich bumps it over one more time. Set up. Morales fakes a swing. Parker takes the swing, and Rich block is there. Able to dig it. Cornea sets high and outside for Stacy. Hits long. Looking for a deflection, but it just hit it over the block. 14-12. So the Rebel 5-0 run comes to a close there. But that got Rich back into it, trailing 14-12 on the Stacy's repair scoreboard. Trineri does not get off a good pass and shanks it to the side. A service ace for Kalisha Parker. Kalisha serves again, just clears the net, and Trineri again, a tough pass. Hatch saves it on the outside. Stacy pushes it across. Bears set it up, hit down the line, bumped and dug by Wallenstein. Trineri passes high, and it's bumped over by Stacy. Set up a quick set, miscommunication there, and it's just tipped over by the Bears. Rich sets it up, but it goes over the net, slapped right back to Rich. Cornea sets it up. Stacy hits, blocked, kept alive by the Rebels, pushed across by Tingy. No, she didn't quite get it up and over. 16-12. Rebels trail by 4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We were tied at 7. Bears went on a 6-0 run. Rebels answered with a 5-0 run. The Bears back on a 3-0 run. Tingy, good pass up front. Cornea sets in the middle. Stacy hits back line. Humphreys pass up front. Punched over on the set by Sharp. Rebels set it up again. High and outside. Hatch hits. Deflected high in the air by the block. Set up back into the middle and punched over by Morales. Good dig by Wallenstein. Cornea high and outside for Hatch. Hit. Stuffed. Cornea digs. Tingy sets high and outside. Hatch pushes it with a touch attack. It's passed right back to the top of the net. Slapped down to the Rebels. Rich digs. Sets it up again. Hatch hits down the line. Sharp digs. Set it up. Punched to the back line. Wallenstein digs. Rich sets it up in the middle. This time Stacy splits the defense, and a Bear is in the net. The Rebels get the side out they needed following that 3-0 run. And it's 16-13. Stacy takes a breather. And Mackenzie Smith, the freshman, checks in to serve. Rebel freshmen, most of the freshmen are at a tournament in Evanston this morning, but Mackenzie, Coach Stewart said, I need to keep her here. Hatch taps it across after the Bears had an overpass, set up and hit to the back line. Good decision by Wallenstein. She thought she was going to play it from the back line, but it was at head level. She pulled away at the last second, watched it go by, and it was a hitting error that sailed well out of bounds. Smith serves again. Possibly the strongest serve on the team at this point in the young season. Slapped back across. Good dig by Tingy. Rich hits it hard. It's dug up, hits the rafters, deflects straight back down. Kalisha Parker dives, but can't control it. 16-15, Rebels within 1. We were tied at 7. The Bears went on a run. Rebels climbed back. Bears went on another little run, and now the Rebels are climbing back again. Smith delivers an ace. That's a Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace for Mackenzie Smith. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout as well and be back right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Most of our limits we have in life come from the walls in our own mind. The Town Council and citizens of Lake Town, Utah celebrate all students and staff in the Rich School District. Learning and education will help make that wall in your mind shorter, so it is easier to jump over. We encourage every student to reach their full potential through hard work, continued education, and focus.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
Came out of the timeout quick. They went back and forth a bit, and then the Bears failed to punch it over the net on a third hit. So Mackenzie Smith serves again. Humphreys, not a great pass. Sharp bumps it high near the net, and it's pushed across, and the Rebels can't get there. That was a nice little touch attack by Shea Ramsey over the top of her head, and we're tied at 17. Rebels had a 5-0 run come to a close there, and the Bears, with the side out, have the service. Libero, Haley Humphreys, number 25, misfires on the service to put Rich back on top, 18-17. These teams will meet again in under 2 weeks, Thursday the 6th at Bear Lake. The loser of this one will face Grace directly following this match. The winner will take on Preston, scheduled for 3:30. It'll likely be later than that. Set high and outside, tipped again. And Shea Ramsey, it was coming right back down to her. She just tipped it that second time for fun. One player can't hit it twice in a row unless they make the block and then dig it. Rebels on top by 2. Taya Peterson with a nice serve. Hit high and outside the lines, but pushed across inside the antenna. Rebels set it up for Trineri. Hit, deflected by the block. Ramsey punches it over. Rebels scramble, can't quite control it. And a side out for the Bears. 19-18, Rebels on top on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, this first set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Laser serve, dug by Stacy. Rich sets it up. Trineri hits a bit too long, and we're tied at 19. If she brings that down just a couple of inches, it hits the fingertips of the block, and it's a great hit, a great attack. A strong serve by Shea Ramsey. Rebels thought it would be out. They let it go, and Ramsey hits the back line for the service ace. Coach Stewart takes a timeout. We'll take one too. It's brought to you by T7 Propane and Woodruff for all your propane needs. 435-793-4208.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Taya Peterson. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Ramsey served an ace right before the timeout, an error right after the timeout. The Rebels take the side out. Cornea serves. Bears, not a great attack, but they bump it over. Rebels set it up and hit it across. Bears set it right back up, hit to the back line, just out. Stacy dove to try and get it and just got a fingertip on it. It was out of bounds, and the deflection off of Rich gives the Bears the, oh no, not touched is what they'll determine. I thought Stacy touched it, but I'm a long ways away. Rebels on top 21-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The Bears, a ball caught right in between Sharp and Jensen. They both back off and the ball hits the floor. Each one thought the other would take it, and Rich leads 22-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Set number 1, timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here as Bear Lake takes the timeout. Our timeouts in the game are brought to you by T7 Propane and Woodruff. Looking for a precision play, that'll be brought to you by McKay Frankham. Also digs of the game presented by Pugstone Sporting Goods. We want to thank Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. We don't have anybody operating our camera today, but camera normally is the camcorder is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. You visit bearlakerealty.com. The Bear Lake Realty fan cam, if you're looking for beachfront room with a view, secluded mountain retreat, maybe a recreation headquarters. They've got some great timeshare options and lots of different places at different price ranges, so great options. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Parker bumps it over, not a great set. So Rebels set it up. Cornea in the middle. Wallenstein hits, but she's stuffed. Chelsea Gunderson, she's so big and she's tall is what I should say. And good timing on the block. I remember a Ryan Gunderson that played for the Bears was like 6'7" a few years ago. Played for that basketball team, and I wonder if there's some relation. Chelsea very tall as well. She'll come up front and just tap it over. Rebels weren't ready for it. It was on the second touch, and Gunderson with that height takes advantage of the Rebels not quite ready for the quick attack. We're tied at 22. Service, Stacy passes, Cornea set left side, high and out there for Trineri, who touches it over the block. It's dug up, set, and bumped, pushed over. Rebels set it up again, high and outside for Trineri. Hit, and the blockers get into the net. It rolled up over their block. Rich with the kill, Bear Lake Realty kill. Doesn't go in the books that way as again the Bears were in the net, but Rich leads 23-22. Amaya Trineri set to serve. Goes to the back line, and it's in there. The Bears misread it. Trineri's serve looked like it was going to sail long. The Bears let it go, and Trineri has an ace. Brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. I think I'll stop by there for some dinner on my way home after this tournament. 24-22, Trineri and the Rebels with a service and the set point. Passed up front, Sharp sets high left side. Parker hits off the top of the net, out of bounds. Rebels get the point, but the corner judge on the Bears side is saying deflection, 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 deflection. 25-22, the up official has called it, The up official looks at the corner line judge and just says, I think that's the match. She'll have a quick conference with her down official. And the teams are starting to switch sides. The scoreboard says 25-22. They'll have a quick conference. That corner line judge, now, I'm not inferring anything. I hope we don't take any kind of inference on this, but each team is required to provide a line judge, and the line judge that is saying it was deflected is a Bear Lake team member. And she saw what she saw. I'm not questioning her integrity or honesty, but that's just the fact. So all four, the two line judges, one from Rich, one from Bear Lake, out there chatting briefly with the officials. 25-22. They've started the clock between sets. Our first set, again, is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Now, I'm in no position to make the call. I did not think the Rebels touched it. It looked like it went off the top of the net and out. And we'll see what the officials decide here. They've called the set. And they'll redo it. Okay. So after the discussion, they say we will replay that point. And I admire, you know, she stuck to her guns. If she saw what she saw, then yeah, that's a good call. And despite the fact that they had moved teams across and moved along, they'd said the set was over, they're going to replay it. And that's, boy, if it was deflected by the Rebels, I like that call. Let's replay it. So Amaya Trineri will have another serve. Now the question is, here's the thing. If the Rebels deflected it, then it should be a Bear Lake point, and the Bears would have the service on the side out. So they're saying it was a deflection. Side out, Bears have the serve. Rebels set point. 24-23 is your score on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Bears will send Chelsea Gunderson back to serve. She's a tall, strong athlete and has a strong serve. Rebels need a good pass here. Again, Rich with set point. Rolene Kennedy's set number one. High rainbow serve. Trineri, nice pass up to Cornea. Set high and outside. Stacy pushes down the line, dug by Ramsey. Sharp sets it up in the middle. Tapped into the net by Hope Morales, and the Rebels win 25-23. So Rich still wins. A little bit of a different score, but Rich takes the first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. We'll take a quick break and be back with set two on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Winston Churchill said, "No hour of life is wasted that is spent in the saddle." The same is true about education. No hour of life is wasted when learning. Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, understand the value of good education. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, Mound Valley Cattle Company is proud to support the students at Rich High School in academics and activities. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
(25-23), the Rebels, they had a 25-22 win, but a call was changed. A hit that looked like it went off the top of the net and rolled out of bounds off the Bears. Was actually deflected by Rich. And so after they'd called the set, they brought everybody back out and did one more serve. The Bears served it. Rebels still won 25-23 in set one. Beginning serve of this second set is brought to you by the station in Randolph. Here for your convenience needs. Trineri's serve receive goes high into the rafters, and then Rich bumps it over. Bears attack right back, and Shea Ramsey knocks it to the floor. 1-0 Bears on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Second set presented by Town of Woodruff, Mayor Scott Saby, and council members and town clerk. Service by Humphreys is long and out. Service error. We're tied at 1. Back to serve is Taya Peterson for the Rebels. In blue, serving away from us and right to left at mylocalradio.com. We're in the auxiliary gym. Silver bracket. Preston and Grace, the other two teams in the silver bracket. Set up in the middle. Gunderson hits through the block. Rebels diving dig by McKenna Stacy. Rich sets it up and bumps it over. Sharp. Ramsey to the back line. Tingy's there. Good pass up front. Brown to Trineri, who touches it over the block and finds the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Amaya Trineri. That earns Taya Peterson a second serve. And she hits a hard one. Dug up, and the dump set. Rebels, though, they dig it but can't control it. A third hit just goes high and stays on the Rebel side. We're tied at 2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Back to serve Shea Ramsey. She has a strong one. With the right hand, delivers the back line. Rebels let it go, and it's out. Good eyes by the Rebels. Maybe your McKay Frankham precision play of the game, as Taya Peterson was right there. Great court awareness, knowing where she was to let that one go by. McKay Frankham offers dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. Rebels serve. Bears can't get it over in 3 hits, and Rich leads 4-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Brown serves. Again, the Bears can't get it over. Trineri was there for the block, but the hit goes into the nylon. 5-2. Rich with the lead. Brown will serve again and can't quite get it over. It was a low line drive and just clipped the top of the net and went the wrong way. Back to the Rebel side. A service error. Rich had just one service error in that first set. Stacy receives, set up high and outside. Trineri hits, and it's stuffed by Gunderson. Trineri a little too far back from the net, I think, with that set, and it gave Gunderson plenty of time to get in her spot. Serving is Sharp. It goes between Trineri and Stacy. Each thought the other would take it. Neither took it, and we're tied at 5 on the service ace from Ellie Sharp. Oh, that's not Sharp. That's Jessica Jensen with the service. Good serve receive this time from Rich. Set left side. Trineri hits it right at the block and gets it through Gunderson's hands to the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Amaya. Shelby Burton checks in, and Burton will drop back to serve. Again, the Rebels in the long blue sleeves. Bears in the long white and gray jerseys. Burton's first service is shanked to the back wall by Parker. Another service ace brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Open after every Rebel home game. It's the place to eat and drink. Burton serves again. Passed up front. Good pass by Parker. Set up for Kalisha. And she'll hit Peterson with the dig. It's at the net. Wallentine tips it. It's tipped back and forth, then bumped high and over by Ramsey. Rebels keep it alive. Good set left side. Hit back corner too long by McKenna Stacy. The hitting errors for Rich. Been an issue this weekend. They'll try to work out timing a little better as the season wears on, and I'm sure they'll get better as we go. Gunderson serves. Good pass up front by Burton. Brown sets high left side. Stacy hits right at the block, and it's Ellie Sharp who blocks it right back over Stacy's head and out of bounds. A Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna. Sydney Hatch will check into the game. Wallenstein drops back to serve. Allie had 6 or 7 aces in the match, 3 sets against Evanston yesterday. Not a great pass, but they keep it alive. Set up in the middle. Punch to the back line. Deflected by the Rebels, out. 8-7, kill by Hope Morales. She and Gunderson both have the height that, boy, they can extend that arm up high. They don't even have to jump to punch that ball over the net. Stacy, pass to the back line. Brown bumps. Hatch slaps it across, and it's dug up at the up official. Nice little slap by Sydney Hatch. And Rich leads 9-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The Bear Lake Realty kill for Hatch. Tingy winds and delivers, just clears the net, barely dug up and punched over by Morales. Good pass up front from Wallenstein, set into the middle. Hatch pushes it across. Ramsey sets it high. It's slapped across, just hits the top of the net and drops in there for the kill. 9-8. Rebels lead by 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Looking for a Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game. Kalisha Parker back to serve. Coach's daughter. Wendy Parker, been there for a number of years with Bear Lake. Eliana Brown sets high left side. Hatch hits, dug by Humphreys, the libero. Set high left side, hit down the line, long. Great read by Sage Tingy. She knew that was long as soon as it was hit, ducked down to make sure she wasn't in the way and let it sail up over her head and out. Another McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Great read by Tingy. Mackenzie Smith checks in to serve. And she's maybe been the most consistent server for the Rebels so far this weekend. The freshman didn't get in until the second set against Evanston, but since then she's gotten quality, consistent time serving. Humphreys, a decent pass. Ramsey slaps it over. Smith dives to try and dig, but can't get underneath it. And a quick side out. Rebels up by 1, 10-9. On the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stacy checks right back in for a little bit quicker feet. Smith just a freshman, and boy, what a strong serve. Humphreys serves into the side of the net, and the Rebels lead by 2, 11-9 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard following that service error. Taya Peterson drops back for the service. Rich County. Peterson serves, pass off to the side. Sharp sets to Ramsey, push down the line. Stacy with a diving Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game. Rebels set it up. Wallenstein hits off the block, deflected out of bounds, and that will be so far your top candidate for the Pugstones dig by McKenna Stacy. It was a good dig. Not only did she get over there, a diving dig, but she made a nice pass that led to an attack and a kill for the Rebels. Not a great set. Ramsey pushes it to the back line. Stacy, good pass up front. Brown sets in the middle. Wallenstein sees the 3 defenders and tries to tip it down in the corner in front of the net. Bears scrambling. They get it over. Amaya Trineri with a nice block to keep it on the Bears side. Passed back to Rich. Set up high left side for Trineri. Pushed over the block. Dug up. Bumped back to the corner. Stacy passes up for Brown. Set up in the middle. Wallenstein slaps back line. Humphreys digs it up. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson punches to the back corner. What a spot for Chelsea Gunderson. And it wasn't the power, but the placement that earned her the kill and the point for the Bears. Also a side out, and Shea Ramsey will step back to serve. Bears serving toward us and left to right at mylocalradio.com. Ramsey has a strong serve. Stacy barely keeps it alive. Rebels bump, slap it over to the back corner. Passed up front. Sharp has a funny set, and she's called for 2 hits. I thought so. When it came off those hands, it came off with a funny spin. 13-10. Ellie Brown to serve for Rich. And boy, she's got a strong serve, and it's an ace. That one a laser. Crawford trough service ace as they was shanked, bumped back up toward the up official and down at the lower end of the net. Brown serves again, and boy, she's got it on today. Another strong serve. Bears set it up, though, and Chelsea Gunderson hits it hard through the block for the kill. 14-11. Bears back to within 3. Stepping back to serve, Jessica Jensen. With the right hand, back line, Peterson, decent pass up front. Wallenstein sets left side. Trineri taps it past the block, but it's dug up. Set back line, Ramsey hit, blocked, but on the Rebel side of the nylon. 14-12. Bears within 2. Jensen again set to serve. Back line, Stacy, good pass up front. Brown set high and outside. Trineri hits, just mistimed it into the net. 14-13. Bears within 1. Rebels had pushed the lead out to 14-10. Bears on a 3-0 run. Pass, Brown goes a long ways for the set. Trineri outside the antenna, but pushes it back in and across. Slapped back, Rebels scrambling, and Brown couldn't quite keep herself from going over the line under the net. And we're tied at 14 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stacy passes up front. Brown set in the middle. Wallenstein slaps to the back line. Punched high by Jensen. Kept in the air and bumped over. Brown, Tingy, bumps. Wallenstein, roll attack to the back corner. Jensen keeps it alive. Set in the middle. Chelsea Gunderson back row. Stacy loses her balance. Got tangled up with her footing and bumped it out to the outer wall. Bears on top, 15-14. A 5-0 Bear Lake run leads to a Rebel timeout. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Taya Peterson. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
Ever since 1871, when Joseph C. Rich surveyed the town site, the town of Woodruff has been a thriving ranching community. Settlers were attracted by the broad valley and green grasses, the mountain trout in the streams, the elk and deer herds in abundance, and the neighbors were friendly. That's how people still are today. Visit Woodruff, and you too will experience that friendliness. It's everywhere. It's the town of Woodruff, Utah, where we're proud of our rich rebels.
Rebels led 14-10. Bears on a 5-0 run after Rich took the first set 25-23. We're in the middle of the town of Woodruff's second set. Bears serving, and they go back line in the corner. Brown mistook where exactly she was, let it drop, and it's a service ace. It drops in. Bears serve again. Rebels receive, set high and outside. Trineri tips it over the block and drops it in there. Nice little touch. Ramsey dove but couldn't quite get underneath it. And Rebels get the side out. 16-15 in set 2. Rebels took the first set again, 25-23. Shelby Burton checks in to serve. And a nice serve, almost an ace. Barely dug up, set by Kalisha, or set for Kalisha Parker. She hits, Tingy blocks it out of bounds. Bears up by 2, 17-15. Again, the winner of this one will take on Preston this afternoon, scheduled for 3:30. The loser of this one will take on Grace, scheduled for 1 o'clock, but I think we're going to be a bit behind schedule. Stacy hits hard. It's dug up, passed up front. It barely kept alive. 4 Bears on the floor diving after it, but they just can't get it over in 3, and Rich gets the Bear Lake Realty kill. McKenna Stacy. Rebels down by 1, 17-16. Allie Wallenstein set to serve. Hatch, Stacy, and Tingy on the front line. Brown, Burton, and Wallenstein on the back line. Allie serves right to left and away from us at mylocalradio.com. Morales set up from the middle, hits into the top of the net. We're tied at 17. Wallenstein to serve again. Drops back, spins it after a dribble. Now running jump, wind delivery, pass up front, nice pass. High set outside for Parker, who hits to the back line. Wallenstein lunged out but couldn't get a hand on it. 18-17, Bears with the lead. Didn't see where the blockers were on that, but it looked like a wide open court for Parker. Hit it where she wanted to. Burton receives. Rebels set it up in the middle. Stacy hits hard, too long, past the back line, but it was deflected. As soon as Stacy hit it, she turned to the official and said deflected because she knew it was going long. And that worked out. 18-18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. They gave the point to the wrong team. They'll get that fixed in a moment. Tingy serves down the line, passed up front. Sharp sets high and outside. Ramsey tips it over the block, not over the block though, and the Rebels dig it up, but then a bear is into the net. Another point for the Rebels, and Rich leads 19-18. I'm pretty sure the Rebels are the home team, and that scoreboard is 3 points off. Coach Stewart at the scores table right now trying to fix that. They've given the Bears 2 points that should have gone to Rich. And so it should be, I've got 19-18 Rebels. Home should be 19, guest should be 18. And there we go. Looks like we got it corrected and fixed. Teams waiting, crowd, a little bit of jeering. Second set is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Had your Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game here in this second set. McKenna Stacy with a dig, diving dig that ended up being a really nice pass, set up an attack, and Wallenstein killed it. Tingy to the back line. Humphreys passes high. Sharp sets and hit. Parker deflected by the block and drops to the floor, tied at 19 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Back to serve is Kalisha Parker. Rebels took the first set 25-23. This is set number 2. Parker delivers. Stacy passes. Brown just keeps it alive, and Tingy bumps it over. Quick moves by the Rebels just to get it over. Morales gets it over for the Bears on the attack. Rebels set it up for Hatch high and outside, and Sidney hits it right at the block. It's deflected out. Bear Lake Realty kill. Rich back up by 1, 20-19 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Trineri and Smith both set to check in. Smith to serve. Trineri on the front line with Brown and Hatch. Tingy and Wallenstein also in on the back line, and Coach Wendy Parker asks for a timeout. We'll take one too. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's fun helping each customer find the best vehicle for their needs. I'm Tracy Lawley, and I've worked with my brother Kirk for 23 years. Back in 1969, my grandfather Donnell Jensen sold a customer this 1969 Dodge Charger. Years later, I had the opportunity to sell that same customer a new Dodge truck. And we continue to have the opportunity to serve his children and grandchildren. If you're buying a car from someone who isn't having fun, you should definitely come see me before you sign on the dotted line.
Back at Cokeville, had a full day yesterday. I was doing the math on the drive up here this morning. Between covering volleyball, running over to Bear Lake to shoot some video for an ad that we're working on for one of our sponsors, and then to Rich High School for football, back up to Cokeville for volleyball, and then back to Evanston, about 270 miles, plus the 2 volleyball matches, the football game yesterday. Full day. It was a fun time yesterday. Rebels serve. It's bumped forward, then shanked backwards. Won't go in the book as a Crawford Trough service ace, but it's as good as one for Mackenzie Smith. And Rich leads 21-19 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Smith to serve again. Little hitch and the delivery. Humphreys digs it up into the net. Bears somehow keep it alive and bump it over. Tingy, perfect pass up to Brown, set in the middle. Hatch tips it across and barely dug by Kalisha Parker. Set up high and outside. Rebel dig is up and over into the bleachers. That was a great recovery by the Bears. Hatch with a nice thought on that attack. There's the Bears have 3 blockers when Rich sets it up in the middle. And so Hatch just tried to touch it over into the corner right in front of the net, right there by the up official. But a great dig by the Bears. Stacy, good pass up front. Brown sets. Trineri pushes to the back line. Dug by Parker. Set up. Jensen hit down the line. Tingy digs. Brown bumps, and Hatch pushes it right over the net. Punched back to the Rebels. Wallenstein, great pass up front. Brown set high and outside. Trineri hits back line. Too long. And we're tied at 21 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Might we get a timeout from Cindy Stewart here? We'll see. Nope. She's going to rely on her team to recover. Morales with the service. Tingy. Not a great pass. Rebels scrambling a bit, and Trineri bumps it over. Morales passes. Sharp. Not a great set, and the Bears bump it over. Wallenstein, good pass. Set up in the middle. Hatch hits back line. Was it deflected? The Bears or the Rebels say it was. The Bears say, yeah, I deflected it. Wow, look at Chelsea Gunderson. Sportsmanship. She was showing I deflected it. She looked directly at the up official, who then changed her call, point to the Rebels. Wow, that was commendable by Chelsea Gunderson. Taya Peterson to serve for Rich. 22-21, Rebels on top. Sharp back set. Ramsey pushes it hard. Lunging dig by Taya Peterson, a candidate for the Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game. Wallenstein hits through the block, and it's a kill. 23-21, timeout. Bears will take a quick one as well. Taya Peterson with the Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game. We'll be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you've struggled to get a vehicle because of some bumps in your credit, then come to the all-new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group. We have over 20 different lenders ready to help you reestablish your credit with a quality new or pre-owned vehicle. Good credit, bad credit, bankruptcy? Let the new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group try to help you. Call our credit hotline today and ask for Jeff or Dave to get pre-approved for your next vehicle. Call 307-789-3151 today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
23-21, Rebels with the lead. Taya Peterson serving. And she misfires pretty badly. That one way high and outside. 23-22. Taya just had a Pugstone Sporting Goods dig of the game candidate moments ago. Bears, Hope Ramsey. No, Shea Ramsey. Hope Morales. Shea Ramsey with the service. Brown sets. Rebels shot. Rebels hit is blocked, but Rich digs it up and bumps it over. Set up in the middle. Gunderson hits, and it goes out. Rebels did deflect it, and we're tied at 23 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Gunderson just got that through the block, and now Rich takes a timeout. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. I mentioned our dig of the game brought to you by Pugstone Sporting Goods. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstone's has it all. And they've now got everything online. You can visit pugstonesporting.com. That's Pugstones Sporting, 2 S's in the middle there. pugstonesporting.com. Also looking today for Epic Recreation block of the game. And I want to invite you to stay tuned for our Mount Valley Cattle Company post-game show. As I've mentioned earlier, the 4 teams in the silver bracket, Preston, Grace, Rich, and Bear Lake. Preston beat Grace in 5 earlier today. And so Preston awaits the winner of this match. Grace awaits the loser. That the opponent to take on Grace. That match was scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, but the way this one's going, it may be much later in the day. We'll have this rest of this match, and then we'll bring you the final match of the day for the Rebels, regardless of when or who they play. Rebels don't get a good pass. It goes into the net. 2 hits as Brown came up. It deflected off her forehead. Then she bumped it, and the official says that's 2 hits, so the Bears lead 24-23. Ramsey serves again. Shea with a strong serve, and it's shanked off to the side by the Rebel serve receive. Bears win set 2, 25-23. We are tied at 1 set apiece after the second set. Brought to you by the Town of Woodruff, Mayor Scott Saby, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Taya Peterson. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live. When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com today. Well, even so far, the Rebels took the first set 25-23. Bears took the second set 25-23. On to set 3 we go, brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Rebels had just 3 service errors, knock on wood, 3 service errors so far in this match. That's cleaned up significantly since yesterday when Rich had 16 service errors against Preston and 11 service errors against Evanston. Rebels have the beginning serve, brought to you by the station in Randolph, and it's Mackenzie Smith with the ace. Serve receive was bumped up into the net. Crawford Trough in Randolph, service ace for Mackenzie. Smith serves again, back line. Humphreys passes up front. Sharp sets high on left side. Hit hard, back corner. Nice spot. And a big hit by Jessica Jensen. We're tied at 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That may be one of the best kills we've seen today for either team. Jensen saw the block setting up toward the middle, and she just crushed it down the line, nailed the back corner. Hope Morales with the serve for the Bears, attacking right to left and away from us at mylocalradio.com in this Rich County third set. Rebels set it up. Trineri hits it hard, deflected by the block, dug by Morales, set up high on left side, Jensen. Stacy digs. Cornea sets for Trineri, who hits it around the block, and it's dug by Jensen. Set up Kalisha Parker, apologies, Kalisha. Set up, bumped over, and Ramsey misfires and immediately says, my bad, patted her chest and knew she made a mistake as soon as it left her hand. 2-1, Rebels on top, Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Third set, we're tied at 1 game apiece and already probably an hour behind schedule in this tournament. In the silver bracket. There's the serve set up. Chelsea Gunderson hits high and too long. 3-1, Rebels lead. Early in this third set, Taya Peterson back to serve. The senior winds and delivers a laser for the Crawford Trough in Randolph ace. 4-1. That one just cleared the net, and the Bears couldn't handle it. 2 different players tried, and it may have deflected off of both their hands and just down to the floor. Peterson serves again down the line, and it's another service ace brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Peterson goes at Jensen, who had that kill moments ago, but Jensen couldn't handle the strong serve by Peterson. Taya this time just hits low, a service error, so ace error. And it's 5-2. Rebels lead by 3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Set number 3. We're tied at 1 game apiece. Identical scores, but flip-flopped on who won. 25-23 in the first 2 sets. Cornea sets. Wallenstein hits into the net. Big 3 block. And that, I tell you, I mean, I guess you don't want to go one-dimensional and just serve high and outside every time, but when the Rebels set to the middle, 3 Bear Lake blockers are there, and I don't know how you hit around that. Tough to go over it. Tingy receives. Stacy sets high left side for Trenary, punch to the back line. Humphreys pass up front. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson touches it over. Trenary with a nice set pass. And then into Wallenstein, who hits it hard at Ramsey, and it goes, she deflects it back over her head and out of bounds. So Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebels, leading 6-3 in this third set, brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. J.C. Cornea serves. Humphreys, good pass up front. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson, the leap, the hit, and dug by Stacy. Cornea sets middle. Wallenstein blocked by those big 3. J.C. Cornea sets again. Trenary touches it over. Punched right back by Sharp. Rich sets it up again. Trenary hits it hard, and it's dug up by Humphreys. Set left side. Jensen slaps it over. Doug Cornea. Tingy, and then bumped over by Trenary. Pass up front. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson hits back line. Stacy bumps it right back over. Digs it again on the happy birthday hit. Set. Wallenstein hits high off the fingertips of the block to the back corner and in. It's a point and a kill for the Rebels. 7-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels are finding the attack in this third set. Cornea serves again. Humphreys passes up to the corner near the up official. Back set. Ramsey hits high and too long, and it's 8-3. Rebels lead. Timeout Wendy Parker, and the Bears with Rich on top in the third set, 8-3. Match tied at 1 game apiece. T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
I hadn't made this connection just yet. I've been thinking so focused on just the matches. I just got a text from Pam Cornea saying, what? Cornea sets middle? We had 4 years of Cornea setting to the middle. We now got J.C. Cornea setting as well. Cornea serves, and the Rebels on a dump set just keep it alive. Wallenstein's touch attack, and then Rich bumps it back over, and a happy birthday that just doesn't quite hit the rafters. Might have been better for Rich had it hit the rafters, because Sharp able to slap it down. 8-4 on the side out. The Bears have the service. Jensen just clears the net with an ace. Stacy dove down but couldn't quite dig it up. That one looked like it was going to hit the top of the net and roll over, but it just cleared that top tape. Jensen to serve again. This one goes a bit longer, and it's in back corner. Peterson thought it would be out. That's a second consecutive ace for the Bears. Rebels had 3 aces in their first 4 sets. Jensen with 2 in a row. Trenary sets or passes. Rebels set it up in the middle. Back line. Stacy with the hit. Bears don't get a good pass, and it drops. Rebels with the point, 9-6. Rich on top on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Referred to Andy Cornea, who served or set for the Rebels for 4 years. Learned she was going to be the varsity setter at this tournament 5-6 years ago. Well, nice little attack by the Bears. Peterson couldn't quite get underneath it. 9-7, Rich on top by 2. Chelsea Gunderson to serve for the Bears. It's serving away from us right to left at mylocalradio.com. And Gunderson just clears the net. This Bears team doing something with a serve that is tough to read, because they're just clearing the net, and there's not a lot of power on it, but it just clears the net, and then the Rebels can't get underneath it. This one by Gunderson goes out, just missed wide. Rebels on the service error lead 10-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Hatch in on the front line with Tingy and Stacy. Wallenstein, Cornea, and Burton on the back row with Allie serving. She gets off a strong serve. Humphrey, not a good pass and a dump set by the Bears. Rich sets it up in the middle. Stacy backline. Humphreys passes up front. Good pass this time. Sharp high and outside to Parker. Deflected by the block, and Wallenstein digs. Dump set by Stacy. Set up into the middle for Morales, and she finds the hole of the defense. A little roll attack. Just clears the net. Drops down in the corner in front of the down official. 10-9. Bears have climbed back in. Rebels had an 8-3 lead. They were up by 5. Coach Parker took a timeout, and since then the Bears have climbed to within 1. Cornea sets high and outside for Hatch, and the pass goes up under the net. Rebels with the point. 11-9 will give Hatch a Bear Lake Realty kill on that hit, and the Rebels send Sage Tingy back to serve. Sage high, too long, almost dropped down and back in, but that's a second service error of the set. Brings the Bears back to within 1, 11-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And serving is Kalisha Parker. Rebels hit, it's blocked, they keep it alive. Cornea pushes it across. Jensen passes, set high left side for Jensen. Hit and dug by Tingy up near the net. Stacy with a dump set. Back set for Ramsey, pushed to the back corner, and Wallenstein diving, can't quite get there. We're tied at 11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Parker to serve again. Ball went under the ladder, under not sure what's that called, what that's called for the up official, but it went underneath the steps. They dig it out. Rebels set it up, and Hatch hits, deflected by the block. A diving dig from Parker. Happy birthday for Cornea. Slaps it back to the corner. Humphreys dig. Set it up for Jensen. Hit. Deflected by the block to the floor. And the Bears are on a run. 12-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A 6-2 run for the Bears, since Rich had a 9-6 lead. Rebels receive. Cornea sets high and outside. Hatch hits. Humphreys with the nice dig for the Bears. Passed up front and bumped over by Morales. Back line. Rebels a little slow to get to it, but they keep it alive and push it across. Ramsey high and outside for Jensen, who hit it funny. I think it would have been a carry had it not gone into the net anyway. We're tied at 12. Again, Rich led 8-3. And prior to that last point by Rich, that was a 9-3 run for the Bears. Mackenzie Smith checks in to serve. Wines delivers down the line, and boy, that floater serve had all kinds of movement on it. Jensen got in position. She moved her feet, did what she's supposed to do, and then just punched it to the floor. 13-12 service ace for Smith. And that's about her 4th or 5th ace of the match at least. She serves again, goes at Jensen. Good pass this time. Sharp high and outside for Jensen, and she tips it over the block. Rebels can't keep it in there high enough, and a side out for the Bears. We're tied at 13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Hope Morales to serve for this Bears team. Came into this match at 0-3. Haven't won a set yet this tournament. Cornea sets high and outside. Trineri drops it just in front, or just over the block. It's dug, tipped, and dropped to the floor. Trineri with a Bear Lake Realty kill, and the Rebels back on top by 1, 14-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Tied at 1 game apiece. We're in the Rich County 3rd set. Rebel to the championship cause. Taya Peterson serves. Humphreys plays it at the last second. It would have been close on the line or too long. Humphreys decided it was too close to just let it go and shanked it off a Rebel service ace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aces in this 3rd set, but Rich up by just 2. Peterson serves this one certainly long. Humphreys lets it go, and it's a service error. So 5 aces offset a little bit by 2, 3 service errors from Rich. 15-14, Ramsey with the service. Strong serve, Rebels keep it up. Not a great pass, but then a nice hit by Wallenstein around the block off the top of the net and to the back corner. 16-14. It was really good power from Wallenstein on the attack. Bear Lake Realty kill for Alley. J.C. Cornea serves. Pass up front by Humphreys. Sharp back set to the middle. Pushed up over the defense. Tingy digs. Rebels set it up, but Trineri just bumps it over. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson hits. Blocked. An epic recreation block of the game. Sage Tingy was there. She's fired up about the block, and with good reason. She just earned herself the epic recreation block of the game. And the point, 17-14, Rebels lead. Humphreys passes up front off the Cornea serve. Peterson with a nice dig after the attack. Trenary pushes down the line. Humphreys pass, good up front. Sharp left side to Jensen. Punch to the back corner, just long. 18-14, Rebels on a bit of a run. A 5-1 run since we were tied at 13. T7 Pro paid and timeout on the court, and we'll be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Coming out of the T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout, the Rebels lead 18-14. We're tied in the match, one set apiece. Again, identical scores in the first two sets, just flip-flop the winners. Rebels took the first, 25-23. Bears took the second. Here in the third set, it's brought to you by Rich County, Rebels with a championship cause. Again, the winner of this one is scheduled to play at 3:30. The loser scheduled to play against Grace at 1 o'clock. They were already past 1 o'clock. Shanked on the serve receive. And it's a sixth service ace of the set for the Rebels. J.C. Cornea this time, 19-14. She'll serve again, a Crawford Trough service ace. Doesn't get it this time, but it's passed high. Ramsey goes for the swat from the back line on the second touch and hits it wide and out of bounds. On the bench side of the court, 20-14. Cornea serves again. Goes back line. Good pass up front by Jensen. Set in the middle, but Parker doesn't get a good set, just bumps it over. Cornea sets in the middle. Wallenstein hits through the block. Good dig by Ramsey. Set up high left side. Jensen punches it over. Trenary pushes it toward the corner, and it's barely dug up by Ramsey. Set up in the middle. Gunderson hits hard. Stacy a diving dig. And bumped over by Peterson, a bit too long on the off the back line. Side out, and the Rebel 7-1 run comes to an end. 20-15. Service from Jensen. Rebels get a good pass, set it up. Trenary hits, blocked. Peterson digs. Set up again for Trenary. She'll just touch it across, and it's slapped right back, excuse me, at Rich. Rebels dig it, set it back line. Stacy, strong attack from the back line. Then a dump set, pushed right back. Oh, and Trenary can't quite get it over. It was a great idea. There was nobody in that spot, but she touched it a little too softly. Hit the top of the net, rolled back to the Rebel side of the hardwood. Jensen serves. Trenary pass off to the side. Cornea bumps into the middle. Wallenstein roll attack into the net. 20-17. Bears on a 3-0 run. Within 3. Jensen serves again. Stacy, good pass this time. Cornea sets high left side. Not a great set, and Trenary just has to bump it over. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson hits, dug, bumped, and bumped over. Rebels barely keep it alive. Set high left side. Parker hits the back line. Good pass by Stacy up near the net. Cornea sets for Wallenstein, who slaps it across. Ramsey digs. Set up for Ramsey, and she'll hit just into the top of the net. Rolls over the top and down. 20-18. Bears on a 4-0 run. After a Rebel 7-1 run, put Rich on top as much as 20-14. That 6-point lead is down to 2. Serve hits the top of the net, rolls over. Rebels barely keep it up and push it across. Set up Gunderson in the middle, blocked, deflected off the block, out of bounds, and the Bears are within 1, 20-19 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Timeout, Rebels. We'll take one as well. Rich up by just 1. A T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
Coming out of the timeout, the Bears on a 5-0 run after the Rebels had pushed out to a 6-point lead, 20-14. Jensen serves. Stacy, good pass. Cornea sets in the middle. Wallentine slaps down on the line just barely. Nice attack by Allie Wallentine. That was a tough angle from the middle to for the Rebels offense, the right sideline, and Wallentine with the Bear Lake Realty kill. That's also a big side out and ends a 5-0 Bears run. Gives the Rebels the serve back, and it's Shelby Burton to try and push this Rebel lead out, and she does on her first with a Crawford trough in Randolph service ace. Drop that down in front of Haley Humphreys. Humphreys got a fingertip on it as kind of hit her fingertips and then right to the floor. Burton serves again, not a good pass, bumped over and out on the second touch by Ellie Sharp, and the Rebels lead 23-19. Burton with 2 consecutive Crawford trough in Randolph service aces. Rebels lead by 4. We're even at 1 game apiece in the match. Humphreys shanks the service off to the side. Bears able to get it, keep it alive and bump it over. Cornea sets high left side. Hit hard by Stacy into the block, deflected out of bounds. 24-19, a Bear Lake Realty kill, and the Rebels have set point. A victory here would put Rich up 2-1. Burton to Humphreys. Good pass this time. Sharp sets backside. Jensen hits back corner. Rebels let it go, and it's in 24-20. Rebel 4-0 run comes to an end, and the Bears stay alive. Set point. Chelsea Gunderson serving. Strong right hand just clears the net. Rebels dig it. Cornea bumps. Wallentine hits back corner. In there, the Rebels win 25-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and Rich takes a 2-1 lead in the match. This third set has been brought to you by Rich County Rebels with a championship cause. Rebels got a lot of service aces. Brought to you by the Crawford Trough in that set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 aces in the third set, and win 25-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Back with set number 4 right after this.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Taya Peterson. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes when you're shopping for a vehicle, you're not sure what you want, so you drop by and look at all the options. Other times you know exactly what you want. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, you can call us or schedule a test drive online. We'll have it ready when you get here. We're here to help you get exactly what you want on your schedule. So whether you want to browse or pre-schedule a test drive, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet is here for you. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Many of our customers have trusted Jensen Wood Motors for generations. It's important to all of us here at the dealership we always work for the people. My grandpa was a man of his word, and he passed that tradition on to us. We understand that we're here to serve our customers, and every day we try and do that to the best of our ability. We really appreciate each customer, and we want to make sure that they feel that when they're doing business with us.
Jensen Wood Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Montpelier, Idaho.
Well, it's been a tight match from start to finish. I think the biggest lead of the match was the Rebels' 6-point lead in this third set, 20-14. Rebels won the first set 25-23. Bears took the second set 25-23. The Rebels had a nice 8-3 lead in that third set. Bears went on a 9-3 run and took a lead at 12-11. Rich answered with a 7-1 run. Bears answered with a 5-0 run. The Rebels were up by as much as 20-14, but then that Bears 5-0 run brought them to within 1, 20-19. But Rebels outscored the Bears 5-1 to finish out the set. And a big part of that was 2 service aces by Shelby Burton. Rebels had 8 Crawford Truff, Ian Randolph aces in the third set, and they've kept the errors down in this match. 3, 4, 5, 6 errors, service errors in this match against Bear Lake through 3 sets. And again, Rich had 10 errors in 3 sets. No, they had 11 errors in 3 sets against Evanston, 16 service errors in 4 sets against Preston last night. So those service errors going down has certainly helped. Beginning serve brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. It's delivered by Hope Morales. Rebels set it up. Hatch hits in the middle. Dug up, bumped outside, and bumped over by Ramsey. Backline, Wallenstein passes up front. Cornea sets left side. Smith hits and through the block, but dug up. Set high outside. Jensen punches it over past the block to the floor. Not much power on it, but it was very effective because of the placement. It got through the block and dropped to the ground, or to the hardwood. Rebels leading 2-1 in the match, and Hope Morales serves again. Rebels just dig it up. Cornea bumps way outside. Hatch hits outside the antenna. 2-0 Bears on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Morales will serve again for the Bears, attacking toward us and left to right at mylocalradio.com. Rebels don't get a good pass up front. Cornea tries to dump set it with one hand and hits it into the net. 3-0 Bears. Morales doesn't get a good toss up. She lets it drop and she'll try it again. Tosses it this time and it goes to the back line. Tingy was going to dig it up with hands down below her, changed it the last second to put her hands up and misplayed it. A service ace for Hope Morales. 4-0 Bears. Morales punches it across. Tingy, good pass. Cornea in the middle, punched by Smith and dug up. Back set for Sharp. Ramsey hits. Rebels dig, bump, and carry. They lifted it. They carried it. 5-0 Bears. Rebels struggling to get a good pass and find any kind of attack. Morales slaps it across. Good pass up front from Trineri. Set left side. Hatch hits long. Out of bounds. The hitting error puts the Bears up 6-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard in this fourth set. Morales, 6 straight points. Tingy receives. Cornea sets in the middle. Smith touches it across. Morales shanks it, but it's kept alive with a bump over Happy Birthday. Smith slaps it down, bumped right back over, and Gunderson slaps it down. 7-0 Bears. A quick substitution. Are we getting a timeout or a substitution? Coach Stewart sends McKenna Stacy in to try and stop the bleeding. Need a good pass here. Tingy in the middle. Had a couple decent passes, but just can't get a good attack. Back line, and Wallenstein lunges out of the way just in time as that one serves long and out of bounds. A service error gives the Rebels their first point of the set and side out. Smith checks right back in to serve. McKenzie, the hitch and the serve. Passed up over the top. Hatch hits it right back down. Bear Lake Realty kill on a Happy Birthday. The serve receive goes up over the net, and Hatch with the quick hit drops it down. Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch. Rebels trail 7-2. Need about 3 or 4 more points, but Smith serves into the net, a service error. And the Rebels down 8-2 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Shea Ramsey serving for the Bears. Serving for the Bears. Cornea bumps it way outside. Trenary keeps it inside the antenna to get it over the net. Touched right back over the top where Trenary just was. Stacy dives but can't get under it. 9-2, the Bears dominant so far in this fourth set. Coach Stewart takes a timeout. We'll take one as well on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. This timeout brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Ramsey serves. Rebels, good pass from Stacy. Slapped across by Trenary. Attack goes back. Rebels dig it up. Cornea pushes to the back line on a dump set. Humphreys up front. Jensen slaps it over the block. Wallenton is there for the dig. Rich sets in the middle. Hatch hits to the back line, right on the line. Nice spot. Sydney Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. 9-3. Rebels being tripled up by the Bears early on in this fourth set. Taya Peterson checks back in to serve. Taya's had a few service aces in this match, and Humphreys able to dig. Quick dump set by Sharp. That's serve receive was right up at the net, and Sharp just took advantage of it. Slammed it down in the corner right in front of the up official. The Rebels couldn't do anything with it. Serve receive by Tingy. Set up, hit by Trenary, blocked and dug. Humphreys back line, punched over by Jensen. Good pass by Stacy up front, set high and outside. Trenary hits, again it's blocked off the shoulder of Jensen, bumped over. Tingy passes, Cornea sets in the middle this time. Wallenton hit, stuffed. Sharp was there for the block. 11-3, Bears jumped out to a 7-0 lead in this fourth set. They continue to push that lead out. The service by Jensen is long. Second error of the set on the service by the Bears. 11-4, Rich trails. JC Cornea set to serve. Right to left and away from us at mylocalradio.com. Humphreys, not a good serve receive. Sharp bumps and Jensen bumps it over. Stacy pass up front, set in the middle. Wallenton's hit blocked by Chelsea Gunderson. A lid on that soft attack from Stacy. 12-4. Bears crushing the Rebels in set 4. Rich leading in the match, 2-1. Eliana Brown will move to the line judge, and Coach Stewart will quickly sub in Kendall Staple to try and change things up a little bit. Maybe as much as the fact that Staple's a left-handed hitter will be enough to throw the Bears off a bit. Service goes into the net. Service error. Rebels trail 12-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Bears jumped out to a 7-0 lead, and they've kept that 7-point lead. Shelby Burton serves, and this one shanked to the side. Humphreys barely keeps it alive. Kalisha Parker hits it around the block, and the Rebels can't dig it up. 13-5. Parker with the kill. That was not a good pass, but the Bears recovered well. Ellie Sharp serves. Stacy passes up and over, punched right back, and the Rebels dig it up into the bleachers right over here by me. And tried to grab it, but I'm too slow. Old and slow, that's my problem. Of course, I was always slow even when I was young, so I guess the old part isn't really that much of a contributing factor. Sharp serves again, this one high and outside. Staple passes it up front, gets the set, slaps it to the back line with the left hand. Set up high and punched down by Hope Morales. 15-5. The Rebels struggling. Got to get a good pass. Coach Stewart always says it's a serve-receive game. The Rebels not getting a good serve-receive. They get a little better one this time, up over the rafters, but the set bumped way outside. Stacy able to bump it over. Humphreys, good pass, set up in the middle. Morales hits it across. Rebels dig. Set left side. Stacy hits this time. Deflected, bumped, and kept in the air. Bumped over by Morales. Back corner. Burton is there. Good play. That was going to be close. If she'd let it go, it probably would have been in. Stacy pushes it across down the line. Pushed right back by Ramsey. Dumped over. Passed back to Rich. Cornea sets in the middle. Staple steps back, slaps it to the back line. Dug up by the Bears. Rich keeps it alive. Passed over the net and smacked down. Diving dig by Burton. Couldn't get underneath it. 16-5. Ellie Sharp to serve again for the Bears. Again, the Rebels lead 2-1 in the match, but they are being handled in this fourth set. Rich sets it up. Stacy just clears the net with the hit. Back set for the Bears after the dig. Hit to the back line. A diving effort by Burton, but not there. Couldn't get there in time. 17-5. Amaya Trineri will check in. Burton checks out. Rebels have got to find some defense. Got to find a good pass. And Sage Tingy on the front row just can't be back there to receive. Stacy makes a good pass. Cornea sets. Stacy hits. Back line. This one deflected up near the basketball hoop, and the Rebels finally get a Bear Lake Realty kill and a side out. A 7-0 run to start this set. And a no, not quite a 7-0 run there, but 5-0 run has the Bears on top big. Rebels service into the net. Service error. Well, this much like the second set against Evanston yesterday. Rebels just can't find a way to turn things around. 18-6. Rich trails big time. Kalisha Parker serves. Stacy serve receive into the net, and the Bears into the net trying to knock that one down on a pass that was up right above the nylon. Rebels catch a break as Ramsey hit it hard down to the hardwood. 18-7. Tingy serves, and I think one of the Bears out of rotation. Yes, that's the call. I couldn't see the down official because of this railing in front of me, and she made the call. Then the up official confirmed that. 18-8. Rebels looking for a 8 or 10 straight points. Tingy serves. That's not the way to do it. Out of bounds. Rebels have served just 4 or 5, maybe 6 times in this fourth set, and 3 of those are errors. 19-8. Rebels trailing in set number 4. Hope Morales delivers. Tingy, not a good pass. Stacy passes up front. Hatch bumps it over. The slap back by Ramsey is into the net. And Rich trails 19-9. Humphreys checks in. Boy, that was a quick move around the rotation for Morales to be serving again, but I just lost track. Mackenzie Smith serves for Rich. Back line. Decent pass. Sharp sets high and outside for Jensen, who hits high and outside, out of bounds. 19-10. Rebels within 9. Got to go on a 6 or 7 points streak here if you want to stay in this one. Almost an ace for Smith. Bears barely keep it alive. They set it over. Trineri slaps it back. Bears set it up again and hit long and out. Was it deflected? The down official says it was not. Point to the Rebels, 19-11. Smith serves again, just clears the net. Not a great pass. Humphreys bumps, and Jensen slaps it across. Rebels scramble a bit, but carry a lift on the second touch. 20-11. Bears with a big lead. Stacy checks back in. And Shea Ramsey gets set to deliver the serve. Bears serving left to right and toward us at mylocalradio.com in the fourth set. Trineri touches it across. It's tipped right back to her. She slaps it, blocked. Then Cornea touches it across. Back we go to Rich. Stacy digs, set for Trineri, hit to the back line. This one goes up into the rafters, drops to the floor, just saved by Sharp and pushed over. Cornea sets left side. Trineri again, back line. Humphreys pass up front. Sharp dump set over her head, drops into the corner. Rebels diving effort couldn't get there. 21-11. Bears up by 10 in the fourth set, looking to even the match at 2 games apiece. Ramsey, strong serve. Rebels barely dig it. Cornea And then Trineri touches it across, just clears the net. Sharp left side. Jensen touches it over the block. Good pass by Tingy, set in the middle. Hatch hits through the block. Ramsey's there for the dig. Pass way up high. Then Chelsea Gunderson pushes to the back line. Tingy pass, Cornea high left side. Trineri hits back line. Touched by Ramsey. Humphreys was there behind her, but Ramsey didn't realize it, and the Rebels get the point, trailing 21-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Taya Peterson back to serve. Boy, we could really use a couple of Crawford Trough aces here. Peterson back line to Humphreys. Good pass up front. Sharp dump set over. Trineri is there. Peterson, or Cornea left side to Trineri. Bears dig. Critchfield, or not Critchfield. Chelsea Gunderson hits to the back corner. And the Bears lead big, 22-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. If the Rebels want to have a chance to come back in this fourth set, they need a side out now and 7 or 8 straight points at least. Rebels go happy birthday on the serve receive. Back and forth. Bears set up the attack. Gunderson hits. Rebels dig to the back wall. 23-12. And maybe at this point you just cut your losses and try to win that fifth and final set. Boy, 23-12. Bears led as much as 17-5 in this second set. Service goes out of bounds from Jensen. A service error keeps the Rebels with 1 point to spare. 23-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. J.C. Cornea serves. Good pass up front. Sharp sets high left side. Parker hits back line. Rebels hit it high into the rafters, and this one comes down quickly. Rich can't get underneath it. Set point. Bears leading 24-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels had 8 service aces in the third set, none so far here in the fourth. Gunderson serves long and out. Service error is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th of the set for the Bears, but that hasn't hampered them a whole lot. They lead 24-14. Burton checks back in to serve for Rich on a set point for the Bears. In set 4, Rebels leading 2-1. Serve received, not a good one, but the Bears keep it alive and punch it over. Cornea passes, Tingy in the middle. Staple slaps left-handed. Jensen passes high. They set in the middle to Morales, and she slaps it too hard and out. The Rebels stay alive, 24-15. Rich needs at least 9 straight more points just to keep this match going, but a service by Burton is out, and the Rebels lose set 4, 25-15 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A rough fourth set for the Rebels, and we move on to a fifth and final set when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
We sell fun. Come see and feel the fun when you shop at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. You and your family will have fun year-round, in the water with personal watercraft, in nature driving your side-by-side or riding your four-wheeler, or in the mountains on your snow machine. It's always fun at Cash Honda Yamaha, no matter what the season is. Our showroom is full of inventory to choose from. Start having more fun today. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91. We sell fun.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
At Jensen Wood Motor, it's our goal to make sure every customer is a repeat customer. The way we do that, our customers are our friends.
It's our job to help you find what you're looking for at the best possible price. It's always good to know that your salesman is working for you.
We understand that life happens. Sometimes credit isn't perfect. We work hard to find financing options that work best for you.
Stop by today and let's see what we can do for you. Jensen Wood Motors in Montpelier, Idaho.
Well, the sets have gone this way. 25-23 Rebels in the first. Bears 25-23 in the second. Rebels 25-20 in the third. Bears 25-15 in the fourth. Bear Lake jumped out to a 7-0 lead, then used another 5-0 run. They led 17-5 midway through that fourth set. Rebels climbed back in a bit, but just really never looked like they had it all together for that fourth set. They'll have to have it all together for this fifth and final set. Bears, again, how they got here. The Bears were swept by Campbell County, Star Valley, and Lyman yesterday. That was a tough bracket. Rebels had a tough bracket as well, being swept by Evanston and Mountain View before losing to Preston 3-1 last night. We'll watch during this fifth set for some Bear Lake Realty kills, Crawford Trough aces, Epic Recreation blocks, Pugstone Sporting Goods digs, and McKay Frankham precision plays of the game. Well, we've got a moment. Let's again thank Bear Lake Realty. Sponsors our fan camp. Visit BearLakeRealty.com if you're looking for beachfront room with a view or secluded mountain retreat. Buy now and start enjoying beautiful Bear Lake. Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City can help you learn how to buy a property, rent it out, make money, plus let it pay for itself. You can enjoy it some of the time as well, and then have that property in Bear Lake and enjoy beachfront or whatever it is that you're looking for. Visit BearLakeRealty.com or call Gary and Amber McKee at 435-946-8888. Lots of great options. Those that I mentioned, plus timeshare options as well. And there's something for just about every price range at BearLakeRealty.com. Rebels will have the beginning serve, brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. I could really use a nice cold drink from the station in Randolph now. My water is lukewarm. It's understandable, I guess, by a fifth set of a full match of volleyball. Station in Randolph has the coldest drinks in town. Rich will be serving toward us and left to right at mylocalradio.com. Mackenzie Smith to serve. The Rebels had the serve in the first and third sets. They won both of those sets. They took 1-0 leads in both of those sets. In the second and fourth sets, the Bears took 1-0 leads and went on to win. Rebels start off the fifth set with an error. Bear Lake crowd is fired up. Rebels for the match. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11th service error of the match. That's still a far cry better than 16 errors last night in the match against Preston. Hope Morales with the service. Tingy passes up front. Cornea sets in the middle. Not a good set. Hatch just barely able to bump it over. Bears set it up in the middle. Gunderson hits long, and we're tied at 1. Rebels into the net, though, and we're not tied at 1. It's the Bears leading 2-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Morales will serve again. And just clears the net. Tingy. Cornea sets high and outside. Hit through the block by Amaya Trineri. Nice Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels will need a few more of those in this fifth set. Taya Peterson checks in and will step back to serve. Peterson, 3 or 4 aces in this set. Look for another Crawford Trough ace here. Not going to get it. Not a good pass, though. Sharp barely keeps it alive, and it's bumped over. Rebels set it up in the middle. Wallentine hits softly into the block. Ramsey can't control it. We're tied at 2. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Allie Wallentine. Fifth set. Rebels won the first and third. Bears took the second and fourth sets. Peterson to serve again for Rich. Running jump serve this time. Jensen passes up front. Jensen hits, and it's blocked by Cornea in on the line. Nice block. That's an Epic Recreation block of the game by J.C. Cornea. Rebels lead 3-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That was also a McKay Frankham precision play. That was on the line, literally. Pass up front, almost a service ace. The Bears struggling, and they can't get it over. A nice serve by Taya Peterson, and Rich with 4 straight points after the Bears jumped out to a 2-0 lead. It's Rich up 4-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Peterson serves again, a diving serve that Humphreys hits back over. Happy birthday, Trineri knocks it down. Humphreys digs. Jensen slaps it back. Rebels dig, set it up in the middle. Wallentine hit and through the block, down on the Bear Lake side of the net. 5-2, a Bear Lake Realty kill for Allie Wallentine. This is a strong rotation, at least it is in this set for the Rebels. Peterson serves, back line. Good pass up front by Parker. Sharp sets outside. Ramsey push to the back line. Stacy digs. Cornea sets high left side. Trineri tips it over the block. Diving dig. Bumped over by Gunderson. Stacy, good pass up front. Cornea sets again high outside. Trineri tips it over the block. It's dug up into the net, and the Bears somehow keep it alive. Punched by the Rebels. Bumped out to the side, and the Bears earn the point. 5-3. Bear Lake trails and has the serve. Ramsey drops back to deliver. She's got a strong low serve that's tough to deal with. And she misfires into the net. It went off the left side of her hand and it went too far left into the net. A service error. First of the set for the Bears, has the Rebels up 6-3. JC Cornea delivers the serve. Jensen, good pass. Sharp sets in the middle. Gunderson hits hard. Back line too far. Rebels let it go and get the point. 7-3. Another McKay Frankham precision play of the game. McKay Frankham dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. Cornea serves back corner, just played at the last second by Humphreys. Pushed to the back corner by the Bears. Rebels barely keep it alive. Nice lunge by Cornea. Wallentine's roll attack attempt is into the net, though. It's another hitting error for Rich, but Rich leads 7-4. Jensen to serve. Peterson passes up front. Good pass. Cornea sets high outside. Trineri hits hard. She's stuffed, but digs it up. Peterson bumps, and Cornea bumps it over. Jensen pass up front. Sharp high and outside for Parker. Not a good set. Parker can't get it over. It was way too close to the net, and Rich leads 8-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Shelby Burton checks in. This is the fifth and final set. Both these teams looking for their first win of the season, but first win of the weekend. But first, a timeout for Bear Lake, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. And we'll take a timeout as well on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Rebels with an 8-4 lead in the fifth set. Set up for Parker, high and outside. Rebels scrambling, dig, bump over. Yes, Burton gets it to go over. A diving dig by Ramsey gets it back to Rich. Cornea sets high and outside. Stacy's hit, blocked, kept in the air. Rich's block keeps it high up and then back up front to Wallentine. Humphreys digs way outside. Sharp is there to keep it alive, and Ramsey pushes to the back corner. In there. What a spot by Humphreys. Or not Humphreys, but by Ramsey for the kill. Burton tried to get back to that corner, and I don't know if she didn't play it because she thought it was out or just didn't have a good opportunity to make a good play on it. Gunderson serves. Trineri passes. Cornea sets high left side. Stacy hits down the line, just out. Oof, so close on this back line, and the Bears are within two. It was a 8-4 Rebel lead, but the Bears with 2 straight points. Staying in it, fifth set. Gunderson just clears the net and a shanked off serve receive. 8-7 on the service ace. The Bears within 1. Boy, since that timeout, Rebels had gone on a bit of a run. The Bears are on a 3-0 run. Gunderson serves high. Trineri passes up front to the middle. Rebels set it up. Wallentine hits hard. It's blocked, but falls on the hardwood on the Bears side of the net. 9-7. Rich with a Bear Lake Realty kill, a side out, and Allie Wallentine has the service. Allie showed some very strong serves yesterday against Evanston. Again, 7 or 8 aces in the match in 3 sets. And I keep looking for that same prowess from the back line, and there it is. A Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. And it was shanked off to the back wall, so Wallentine puts the Rebels up 10-7. 5 points away from a match victory are the Rebels. Allie running jump serve. Back line, and this is another service ace brought to you by the Crawford Trough. A last-second decision by Jensen to, rather than hit it underhanded, to bring her hands up, and she was too late. Just rolled off her fingertips to the back wall. 11-7, Rebels up by 4 and 4 points away from a set 5 victory and a match victory. Wallentine delivers again, set high and outside for Parker, who hits into the net, and the Rebels lead 12-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Wendy Parker, the coach of the Bears, up on her feet, hesitates a moment, then does ask for a timeout. I wondered if it was coming, and it did. T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout. Rebels lead 12-7 in set number 5 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Allie Wallentine with 2 straight service aces and then 1 more point. Rebels lead 12-7. Good pass up front by Humphreys. Sharp dump set. Rebels keep it alive. Hatch taps it across. It's punched over. Wallentine is there. Rebels scrambling. Bump it over by Trineri. Back line, Ramsey. Good pass up front. Sharp high and outside. Parker slaps to the back line. Wallentine digs to the back wall. A side out keeps the Bears alive, trailing 12-8. And gives them the serve, and it'll be Ellie Sharp. I was going to say Jensen, but it's Sharp with the service. A sharp serve. Rebels dig it back up over the net. Easy punch down. Happy birthday for Hope Morales. 12-9 on an overpass, excuse me. Sharp with the service again. Trineri, better pass this time. Cornea high and outside for Stacy, who hammers it down the line. It's deflected, but not dug. 13-9, a Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels 2 points away from a set and match victory. Sage Tingy back to serve for Rich, coming toward us and left to right at MyLocalRadio.com. Pass up front by Parker. They set it up in the middle. Morales dug by Rich. They're scrambling a bit, but they get it bumped over. Morales slaps it right back. Rich digs again. Cornea sets, and Stacy hits it right at the elbows. The power on that one, and Sharp didn't have a chance to react. Rich leads 14-9. Stacy with the big hit, and the kill brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. And here was what could be the final serve of the day. Sage Tingy, of the match, I should say, because both these teams will play again. Pass up front, Sharp dump sets. Rich sets it up. Stacy hits again, dug by Humphreys out to the left side. Parker, touch attack into the middle. The donut of the Rebel defense keeps the Bears alive, 14-10. Fifth set. We're tied at 2 sets apiece. Rebels lead 14-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Kalisha Parker drops to serve with the right hand, just clears the net. Over pass, no. Rebels bump, and is this going to clear the net? It does. Push to the back corner, but Wallentine is there. Cornea sets in the middle. Hatch hits hard, blocked, bumped back over. Cornea. Sage Tingy sets. Stacy pushes it down, slapped right back. Rebels dig. Set up again for Stacy through the block. Humphreys digs and overpass. Stacy keeps it alive. Cornea and Hatch bumps it to the back line. On the line, no, just out. Ooh, that was a precision touch, but just a bit long. That would have been your McKay Franklin precision play of the game for sure. 14-11, Rebels up by 3. Trineri, good pass. Cornea from the middle, sits high and outside. Stacy hits hard, and it's in there. Sharp tipped it to the back wall, and the Rebels win 15-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set number 5. The Rebels will face Preston this afternoon. We'll tell you more about that on our Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Stay tuned. A 5-set victory for the Rebels, winning set 5, 15-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Back with our Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live. Winston Churchill said, "No hour of life is wasted that is spent in the saddle." The same is true about education. No hour of life is wasted when learning. Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, understand the value of good education. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, Mound Valley Cattle Company is proud to support the students at Rich High School in academics and activities. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
Welcome to the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. We've got the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights coming up in just a bit. But first, a quick postgame recap. And Jordan, back in the studio, my producer, just to let you know, after the next match, I'll do a full recap of the weekend. I'll include the football game in that one as well. So it'll be one recap that will cover both football and volleyball for the weekend that Val can use, that we can put on the air Monday morning. So that's just a little production conversation there. Thanks, Jordan. All right, so quick post-game recap. The Rebels in the silver bracket at the Cokeville tournament Saturday morning, taking on the Bear Lake Bears, a team that Rich will play again in a couple of weeks at Bear Lake. And the Rebels went back and forth in the first set. Bears led by as much as 12-7. Rebels battled back, went on a 5-0 run, a couple of them actually, to take a lead 17-6, and then held on for the win, 25-23 in set one. Set two, same score, but the Bears came out on top. They had a 5-0 run midway through to take a 15-14 lead and led most of the rest of the way, winning 25-23. Set three, the Rebels, it was an 8-3 lead. Bears went on a 9-3 run and took a lead, but then Rich, a 7-1 run to put them on top, 19-20-14, if I can read my writing correctly. Rich was up 20-14 and held on to win 25-20, including two service aces down the stretch by Shelby Burton on a 5-1 run for the Rebels to win by 5 in the third set. Set four, a rough one for Rich. Bears dominated that one and jumped out to a 7-0 lead, went on to win 25-15. In set number 5, the Rebels jumped out early and led 7-3 and 8-4, and then held on for a 15-11 win. Rebels had 15 aces in the match to the Bears 10 on the service, and that helped propel Rich to a 3-2 win over the Bears. Rich will move on and face Preston in the championship of the silver bracket, a rematch of last night's match that Preston won 3-1. We'll have that rematch on KADQ this afternoon. It's scheduled to start at 3:30, but at this point, we're almost an hour behind schedule. So keep it tuned here to KADQ and mylocalradio.com, and we'll get that match on the air for you as soon as it's time. As soon as this, it'll be Grace and Bear Lake next. And as soon as that match is over, we'll bring you the Rebels versus Preston match this afternoon, so stay tuned for that. Our Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show continues. It's brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. We'll be back with a few more highlights and stats and some other postgame items when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 20 for quality and best practices and critical access. Offering a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. When it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Most of our limits we have in life come from the walls in our own mind. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown, Utah celebrate all students and staff in the Rich School District. Learning and education will help make that wall in your mind shorter, so it is easier to jump over. We encourage every student to reach their full potential through hard work, continued education, and focus.
Go Rich!
Back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company, and it's time for the post-game highlights and stats brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. That's Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Rebels with the win, 3-2 over Bear Lake. And again, these two teams will meet on September 6th at Bear Lake. That's a Thursday night. I believe it's the 6th. Yeah, Thursday, September 6th. And we'll have the match right here on KADQ. But coming back to this match, boy, it was the first 2-3 sets were very tight. Rebels got blown out in the 4th set and then bounced back for a 5th set win. And I don't know what kind of influence or determination this really was, determining factor this really was, but the Rebels won each of the sets when they started with the serve, and it may be just the serve rotation worked well. The set they lost, set 4, one of the sets they lost, they just struggled right out of the gate. Bear Lake jumped out to that 7-0 lead, and Rich could never climb back in. We had a number of McKay Frankham precision plays of the game. Taya Peterson had a nice one in the 2nd set. McKenna Stacy had one in the 2nd set as well. I think we'll give it to Taya Peterson early in that 2nd set. Led to a 3-2 Rebel lead. Again, our digs of the game were brought to you by Pugstone Sporting Goods. We had Epic Recreation blocks of the game, Crawford Trough Aces, and Bear Lake Realty Kills. Again, our post-game highlights and stats brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Rebels with 15 aces in the match and earned the win 3-2. Again, final score in the 5th set, 15-11 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That's going to do it for our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We've got another Rebel match coming up before too long this afternoon. It's this next match is Grace versus Bear Lake. As soon as that one's over, the Rebels will retake the court to take on Preston in a rematch of last night's 3-1 loss. We'll see what the Rebels can do against the Indians this afternoon. So stay tuned here to KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com for more Rebel volleyball this afternoon from Cokeville in the silver bracket. That wraps up our post-game show brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. For our producer back in the studio, Jordan Bowie, I'm Ryan Steineckert. Stay tuned. We've got more Rebel volleyball coming up within about an hour and a half on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
You've been tuned in to Rich High Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with video online at MyLocalRadio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha, Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, Rocky Mountain Yeti, MyLocalRadio.com, and by Jensen Wood Motors in Montpelier, Idaho. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbert, Bridger Valley Sports Director, Sean Bennett, and production assistants, Jordan Bowie and AJ Lamb. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KDQ FM 98.3 and MyLocalRadio.com. Until the next time, the Rich High volleyball team takes the court.